End of a busy day at the Salem Civic Center. Quarterfinals are in the books. Semifinals set for the 2013 Division III Men's Basketball Championship. What a day. 10 total hours of basketball, and Joel Cornett and I had a front row seat for all of it. Top 3 teams in the country got here to Salem. They all survived, but it's postseason basketball and nothing came easy.
Well, we saw struggles the entire day. Early in the first session, the first 2 games came down to the last possession. We saw games get a little bit out of hand in the second session, but man, the toughness shown by all these teams, everything they've gone through to get to this point, moving on to the semifinals of this tournament, they should all be proud of what they've done today.
Let's go through the highlights. First game today, St. Thomas against Williams. St. Thomas, the top team in the country, Joel. They trailed most of the way, but Will DeBerg just willed his team down the stretch.
Well, when Will DeBerg got cooking in the second half, it was lights out. Williams did all they could and led for a majority of this game, but St. Thomas got rolling in the second half, was able to take back that lead, and didn't relinquish it in the final buzzer. Had the Tommies celebrate.
Tommies made 15 threes. They win at 82-79, survived a last-minute scare from Williams. So that set up our second game, Mary Hardin-Baylor, trying to keep the magical run alive against St. Mary's. Similar sort of showdown here, Joel, and the fact that St. Mary's led for a majority of this game, but Thomas Orr got hot. There was some big play down in the post, and a team that has prided themselves all year long on fighting and scrapping and using their defense to get to offense. When Mary Hardin-Baylor just, they wouldn't say quit.
Well, I tell you, before 5 o'clock, if you had the lead heading into halftime, it was curtains for you. And Mary Hardin-Baylor came back. He talked about Thomas Orr, who was outstanding, especially beyond the arc. That left-handed jump shot of his was key to Mary Hardin-Baylor moving on.
They got out and ran, and in the end, it was all they needed. A very emotional team as they move on to their first ever semifinal as a program, 69-66, pulling it out over St. Mary's of Maryland. We got to take a little bit of a breather, and then we picked it back up for the night session. Amherst, the number 2 team in the country, they came in scoring 91 points a game in postseason play, and we thought, it's going to be tough for them to get to that. They laughed at that number on the way to a hundo.
Well, they hit the century mark, and a lot of it was due to the play of Willie Workman, who has the appropriate last name because he went to work this evening. Did it all, was all over the glass, defended well, obviously put up the points needed for Amherst to roll through and get their invite to the semifinals.
There you see Workman to the glass. He had this move right here that really brought the house down, and this was the exclamation point on a second half for Amherst where they ran away from Cabrini. The final there, 101-82. So all that was left at the end of the night was who they would face in the second semifinal tomorrow. North Central, number 3 in the country, a top 10 battle with Middlebury, the 3rd team out of the NESCAC to make it. And this game belonged to one player, and that player was Vince Kamek.
And Vince Kamek, outstanding. You saw him there get the layup in transition, and after that, he just continued to run away. Was able to get a lot of great looks from beyond the arc, knocked seemingly all of them down, 10 for 15, ended the night with 31 points, and what an individual performance to cap this whole day off as he sends North Central into that last 4.
Shattered his own career high with those 31, and they advanced with a 77-65 victory as they blew it open in the second half, and they have a date, 3-2 against Amherst coming up tomorrow in the semifinal. Well, we tightened things up. I think a lot of people are excited to see can Mary Hardin-Baylor keep the magic going against St. Thomas, and then that juggernaut against Amherst, and coming up in that one with North Central coming up tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing semifinal Saturday.
Well, two great games tomorrow. I can't wait to go home, ice my butt. I'm tired of sitting here, get some good sleep, and come back tomorrow and see 2 great games.
Must see on your TV or your internet, however you're going to be streaming us. We'll see you tomorrow on ncaa.com.